Can we move something so you can? Come. Okay. Here we go. Here.
3 minutes to see if it shows up. Time.
Ooh, that is this one.
Did you get all your stuff sold, Jerry?
I did fairly good for the weather. But there's still stuff there if you don't come over.
I might. Not that I don't have enough junk already.
Yeah, I know.
But there were a couple of things that you had posted that I was looking at, so.
What do you need? I may have 2 or 3.
Let's go ahead.
Yeah, I think.
Okay. Call this meeting to order, special meeting concerning application for zoning over on a lot behind the Cowboy Bar. So Nate should be here pretty soon, but there he is.
There he is.
Right in time, Pete.
His name that he wants. What?
Zoning. Yeah, which please?
I think these two have already signed.
Yeah.
Can I get that and make some copies for the council? Thank you.
We just need the application itself, Jen, not all the other stuff.
These two.
That's a quote for the laptop up by the school.
They got it.
Yeah. We're gonna have to vote on that during the budget session and get that in place.
The school won't, actually, we're not supposed to talk about it, the school, they're doing it hinges on us,
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess this is one for the asphalt.
but they have to change.
This is a workshop.
I think we should just deed the street to them and then do it all.
I heard it down about 6 feet. It's nice. It's not the back road between here and Joliet. What they, Justin, real fast. Yeah, it's nice. Well, how are you? It's been a long time. It's been a while.
It's a big stretch that we did on Carmen.
We gave it another $40.
There would be our share.
That's a
Yeah.
workshop for sure.
Actually, pretty big,
Oh, that's financial.
24 feet wide.
I'd like to go to that, but I don't know when I can get away.
That's the budget.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would like to go to that.
And if you can get away, let us know ASAP and we'll just get you signed up.
Yeah. It's pretty much all day, isn't it?
10 to
8.
3, I think, or 8 to 3.
8 to 1, it says.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just a one-day thing.
Isn't it?
Ready to fight fires?
Yeah, I did my 20 miles this weekend. Oh, boy. So we went
Different company?
to Helena and went and did my recertification, and I ended up doing another 15 unit at hikers from the Helena National Forest. Got my 20 miles this weekend. Really, by the time I'm like, you look pretty comfortable today. I'm like, "Hi." I thought I was about 18 and 20 years. So, yeah, no, it's getting to be that time.
Oh, we do. Oh, because our card is
Yeah,
routed.
the good thing is it sounds like it's gonna be pretty quiet here. hopefully, I would be okay.
Worked out there, built first at that, looking out.
Oh, really?
Welcoming
So
home.
what happens, I didn't even see that.
That was the field.
They were all
Yeah.
blown away. Playing bridge. They were excited all the time.
You get rid of the go aheads?
Yeah,
My project's done,
You'll
it'll take a
take
couple
county,
years
so
off.
like it's just PVC roller, but it's not real heavy, so it doesn't push them in the dirt. I think we only pulled up one ball the whole game, so.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, but I'm going early because.
So
my
then
daughter
it's
loves
just the
it
school
so
side.
much.
It's on the agenda eventually.
Maybe.
Well, you know, she had hip replacement.
No, we got a lot more square footage and they're in 2 years. so March.
Oh. Huh.
Called down
I bet I'll leave this one back because it's not
Now it, I think it's crazy. I took the promotion, but that's ideal.
Jan, is that your paperweight?
I want to feel taller this time. One side.
Have you seen that?
If I get mad, I can throw it at
Just-
somebody.
Oh, my God.
My question to start with is why do we even need a permit? Why do we need a zoning permit for?
Well, we asked for one because we had a person that thought that we should have an application for a zoning permit and it should be brought to the council. I agreed to that. We've already set a precedence in the last 40-plus years. We've had manufactured homes, mobile homes, travel trailers. Just a year and a half ago, we had trailer house on there. And we've never had to put, nobody's ever applied for a zoning permit before. We've got camper trailers on commercial lots behind businesses that have never applied for a zoning permit to put those trailers there. We've got, you know, there's a lot of things that we're looking at. We went through the zone, or through the zoning ordinances. You can't, there's nothing specified in the ordinance that has to do with trailers or campers on that particular lot or any commercial lot.
Yeah.
It's basically commercial, so
Right.
there's no
It's,
problem.
but that's always been, there's always been trailers on that
Right.
lot, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
always been commercial.
Yeah, so I did ask that they fill out a zoning permit and we did.
Okay, so the only reason we're doing this is because somebody complained.
Basically, yeah, we should follow the ordinances and that was, so that's what we're doing.
And the ordinance says we have to convene a special session if somebody wants to put a camper trailer on their property, is that right?
No.
Is that what the ordinance says?
No.
How does
The
it
ordinance
read?
doesn't say that.
It's basically more of a house trailer than a camper.
It's a camper, it's an actual travel trailer. It has slide outs, it's got the air conditioning unit on the top. It's a 99, which
But you
is
really
newer.
wouldn't be towing this place everywhere with glass windows in the front. Not something you're gonna take up to the mountains camp.
No, no.
So it's a travel trailer. It's a trailer to go from here to there and stay.
Yeah.
Like a work trailer.
Yeah.
It's not a bad looking trailer.
It's nice.
No, it's not bad.
You're planning to hook up to the sewer
Yeah.
and stay for a prolonged period or
Yep. Yeah.
with siding and everything.
Skirting and, yep, block it up and.
Yeah, siding.
Yeah, and basically the landowner should be apprised of, you know, when they agree to lease the lot or let it for any amount of time, the landlord or the owner of the property should be, you know, it should be conveyed to them that they might have to do that or change, bring to the council a petition to change the zoning to residential. That and the corner lot to the east of that, or to the north of that, I believe are the only lots on that block that are zoned commercial.
I think the whole block is commercial, isn't it? Because of the garage on both corners and the trailer that was there before and
I believe it's, 'cause I believe it's,
Aaron's double wide.
Aaron has a double wide
Mine
and,
is commercial.
is on a commercial lot, then we need to look at rezoning then.
Why?
Because it's, if it's commercial, all those properties over there are residential. There's no commercial business on that block.
Well, there's a shop
It's
to the
commercial.
north of them. that
It
would
doesn't have to
considered
be
commercial.
zoned residential, it can still stay commercial, leaving it open to businesses.
Right, but we could zone it commercial residential, which in the case is what they did with Kevin Hill's auto body shop down on Lover's Lane. They zoned it commercial residential. They rezoned it, I should say.
But as far as this goes, it's perfectly okay for him to park there.
I've checked with Hope and I can't find anything in the zoning permits or in the ordinances that says he can't do that. So, you know, I went and looked at it at about 5:30 in the morning. I was still just got out of bed. Hadn't even taken my jammies off yet. And I drove out and I went and looked at it. And I just kind of drove by and didn't really, you know, stop or anything. And then about 7:30 or 7:35, I think it was 7:38, I got dressed and I got in my car and I went back over there and I got out of the car and I walked around and checked the place out and stuff. So there was just some concern about having a trailer on that lot. And so that's why it was decided
Surely we have
to
a couple of people that have raised.
Jerry.
Now, is this just for commercial you can do that, or is it private also, if there's a trailer parked there already? Because Dick Swan, you know, the gas station right across from there, he got a trailer spot. And when Anderson was mayor, he told him he could not put a camper on there. They could put one there, but they couldn't live in it. He said they could use it for an office. This guy was gonna buy the gas station, use it for an office, but they couldn't live in it. And then right across from Nathan, that guy wanted to put a fifth wheel in, and they denied that also. So is
If
it,
there's no ordinances against it,
well, they
You know,
wouldn't let him do
and
it.
I guess that's why I'm saying that we need to have the ordinance committee look at those ordinances very closely and decide how they want to change those, so that we don't go through this process every time somebody moves a house in or a trailer house. If there's lots up north or on the west side of town that, yes, most of those trailers up there, those manufacturers' homes are on permanent foundations. But there are several up there that are not. They
But
just
my
have
point is
blocks around them and
is
they
it
can
just
load them
commercial
up
can
and haul
park
them
it?
out.
You do it on commercial but not private? That's my question.
See, and I, that's exactly my question too, is how are you gonna do this?
Right.
It should have been changed 40 odd years ago if they were going to permit that to happen.
Right.
The precedent has already been set, so therefore, we need to look at the ordinances now and change those in agreement with the people in town. Actually, we should be having public meetings public
Right.
hearings for all of those ordinances that we changed, so that we can get everybody's input and have an agree on it before the council agrees.
So will the city be liable for that guy crossing Nathan that they wouldn't let him put that trailer in, and also at Dick's there?
Is there a time limit after you pull a trailer out to where you have to put one back in to keep your
No,
status
No,
alive?
no.
Because which place is it, directly across on the corner, maybe?
Right.
from Nate's, that gray one that's on the corner.
No, right across from Nathan there, on just east of him.
He wants to.
Right.
He wanted to put a
There
fifth
was
wheel
a
on.
Yeah, he
hookup.
did.
Right.
The
Two
reason,
trailers
okay,
there at one
so the
time.
reason that he could not put an extra trailer because there was not enough property for the setbacks and the size of the trailer that he wanted to put in or manufactured home, there wasn't enough room.
That was why he was denied?
Yes, because he
That makes
wouldn't have met
sense.
the setbacks on that,
That makes sense.
yeah.
But why he wouldn't let him park a fifth wheel for somebody to stay in weekends and stuff beside the garage, I have no idea.
Well, see, my thing is if we start a precedence of doing all council together, do a permit, what if somebody wants to pull in and camp overnight down there at the park?
Well, there's no ordinances that says they can't.
Okay.
There's no ordinance that
Only
says we
thing
have to have
you
a
can
permit
do
for him to have it in down there. Is there an ordinance?
Anytime you put a building in, you must go through the
No,
zoning.
not into a trailer place where it's been established.
But it's becoming a permanent location. He's gonna make it a permanent location, therefore you have to go through the zoning.
Oh, yeah.
So any willy-nilly can put a trailer anywhere they want.
Oh, yeah.
Tammy?
You guys have a huge problem, and you're not even realizing.
Oh, I know we have a
Because Jim
problem.
and Aggie Nichols
Yes,
had
they
to
live-
get a zoning permit for this particular lot. And they were denied anything other than a trailer 10 years or newer.
Yeah, and their house was on that.
And they
lot
bought a
for-
On
brand
the same-
spanking new
On
one
the same
Mhm.
lot.
on the
yeah.
same lot
That we're talking about
that
tonight.
you're talking
Yes.
about.
They
And
were
they
good
lived on that
renters.
lot for a long time before they sold it and moved up on the, on Bartlett.
The second problem is anytime I've looked at zoning deals with commercial, one of their deals is if you're putting a trailer in, it has to pass commercial code.
Well, unfortunately, our ordinances do not say that. So,
But
And
yours
B-
does say 10 years and newer.
No.
no, it
Not
says
for the-
20 in our
Or
ordinances.
20, okay.
So we need to, that's why I'm saying the ordinance committee, if they want to change those and get them, passed and new ordinances amended or rescinded and put a new ordinance in, they need to go through those ordinances with a fine tooth comb and then bring it to a public hearing so that it can be discussed and the council can look at it and pass them. Because right now, our ordinances, a lot of it's just doublespeak. And so those have to be cleaned up before, so we don't have to go through this process every time we turn around.
Well, who's the one that got on Nichols for having to have a new one?
I don't know, that house was back in the 80s it was there, so I'm not sure.
There is
Told me I needed
it was
one.
brought up here, over here. There is the commercial residential thing where there are certain requirements that are put on.
Right, and we did that with Kevin Hill over there with Sam's Auto Body on Lover's Lane. They changed that from residential to residential commercial.
Shirley, let him continue, please.
I think that, quite frankly, we need a certain amount of legal opinion here. There's a lot of stuff going on. There needs to be some definitions going on here. I don't think that any of this stuff should be taken care of until there's some legal counsel going on. And also, for the life of me, I don't know, it's obvious that every zoning permit has to come before the council.
Correct.
I don't care if it's 100% business oriented like one across the street. Okay, so why this wasn't brought up at the last regular meeting, I think is, and it just looks pretty iffy, okay? The other thing is, because of past history, legal questions that are not going to be resolved here, I really think this needs to be tabled until Hope is here and we have a definite legal opinion on this whole situation.
I have talked to Holt and she did not find a legal reason why we could not approve this.
I would like to hear it from her myself, and as well as probably quite a few other people here.
Actually, if the mayor heard it from our attorney, I would think that is good for, it's good for me.
What comes out of her
And we-
mouth is extremely iffy, put it that way.
Now
That's-
you're into personal, please quit.
No, she has a precedent that she has
That's
set.
enough. You said your piece.
It's, we're dealing with this permit and this permit only. I personally don't see a problem with this permit.
Make a motion?
I make a motion, we accept this permit as written.
We have a motion to accept the application. Do we have a second?
I second it.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the application in a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Any more discussion?
I don't know.
Do I
This
have a
is the
motion
time
to
for
adjourn?
discussion.
It's too late.
We're done.
We're done with the permit.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
I don't even know.
I second.
Have a motion to adjourn in a second.
She said,
Meeting is adjourned.
Adrian, what's it name, had to go through a lot more
By the way, it
than I
looks
did
good.
down there.
I'm glad somebody mowed the grass and.
He weeded all of it.
Yeah, he did.
His, yeah,
Yeah.
father-in-law,
Looking a lot
bless his
better.
heart, yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Can we use that to do our business? I mean, the table?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
I think that's.
Do you guys have to sign this?
250 a square. That's-
I'll take the original. Thank you.
Everything I've been here, there's about 3 different.
It was, somebody has to have a cool head. Yes, I know what you're going through. That was a short stay.
Just flip the,
I'm just
flip the
that
can
level.
and thing and I'll go.
Well, anyway, I just heard
so,
thank you. That they had.
I thought it was
So
gonna
you're
go
good?
on
That's,
forever.
well,
That should be
sometimes,
20.
thank you. So that's just the.
There's always the highest
Yeah, you can just send it to her.
That's my second.
Yes, yeah, that'd be fine.
Yes, yeah, I'm, yeah. It's just a copy that's not signed yet.
So you have to do something.
Yeah.
I will, yes.
Okay.